You are watching Market Watch, the brief overview of the key events from the world of finance. Most of the world's largest banks predict a recession of the U.S. economy in the first half of 2024. This is not surprising, because the key interest rate of the Federal Reserve remains at a very high level for this purpose. The U.S. regulator is trying to achieve a soft landing, which in turn will allow inflation to return to the target level of 2%. According to analysts from Deutsche Bank and Bank of America, the recession will be mild and short-lived, which is unlikely to have a strong impact on the shares of the largest American companies. In addition, they expect another update of historical highs by the S&P 500 index by the end of next year. At the moment when it comes to the recession, first of all investors look towards gold. Of course, the yield on U.S. government bonds is still high now, but as the key interest rate decreases, the yield on debt instruments will decrease. Consequently, gold will begin to shine twice as brightly, because investors will increasingly buy it, refusing U.S. government bonds. Taking all this into account, gold may update historical highs as early as the first quarter of 2024, if analysts' expectations regarding the recession are confirmed. Therefore, the appearance of additional confirmation indicating a slowdown in the U.S. economy will contribute to an increase in the value of this precious metal. On the opposite side of the coin is the oil market. After all, it is important to understand that the recession in the United States is not just numbers in the balance sheet, but a real change in business and purchasing activity. Since the United States is the largest consumer of oil, a recession will reduce the demand for oil and as a result can significantly reduce its cost. But when we talk about the prospect of lower oil prices, especially noticeably below $80 per barrel, it is necessary to remember about OPEC+. Saudi Arabia has repeatedly kept black gold quotes from declining, so it is very important to follow not only the official meetings of the cartel, but also the statements of representatives of Saudi Arabia. Shifting to the cryptocurrency market, I will start with the fact that this is a difficult market to predict, or rather, depending on one very important decision. Therefore, everything will depend on the status of the cryptocurrency market at the time of the onset of the recession in the United States. If the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission still does not approve applications for Bitcoin ETFs, then Bitcoin and other coins may be under very strong pressure. After all, in so-called difficult times, few people are willing to take on additional risks. And it is quite another matter if by that time there will be a positive decision on the investment fund. After all, in this case, Bitcoin will be considered as an alternative to gold, thereby pushing it up even more. That's all I have. Follow the news carefully and be prepared for all the surprises of the market.